I never thought I would get arrested. You know, when you're out here hustling and doing things, and I know people like 7, 8 years old. Well, I end up stealing coming from this store called Angelo's in Dallas. I was stealing meat and bread out there and bringing it to my family. Then when I got around about 11, I ended up in the juvenile system. And so in the juvenile system, uh, you know, I end up, I think, I don't know, around 12 or somewhere, I end up in the juvenile system. And so when I went to court, I ran out, and they didn't catch me. Harry Hines juvenile system used to be off of Harry Hines. So I ran across that railroad track, jumped on the bus. I got away from the juvenile system, but they was looking for me, and they ended up catching me, and they put me in another state home, and so I ended up escaping that meaning. So slow guy, and I think I was around 15, 14 there, and so I know that I couldn't get caught no more. I know if I get caught, I'm gonna end up going to the boys' home. So I end up in the streets. Uh, I ended up going to California. I met a dude named Rick Kokomo. He rode the Sixes. And so he took me to Florence and 6th Avenue where all the rolling Sixes be at. And his brother named H. Rat Kidney. I met him, big let loose. I met a lot of rolling Sixes. So they put me in the game. Joe did. He kind of, showed me how to get in the game on another level. And so I ended up talking to him. I see how they do things different. So I told him they wanted to come to Dallas. So I brought him to Dallas. We flew down here. I never forget when we first flew. He had some Mexican lady, like she was pregnant and on the plane with dope on her. I didn't have, he brought his mute and they was catching the plane. And I asked him, "What them people with us?" He said, "Yeah, they with us. They the one bringing the dope." And had 2 ladies, had keys, dope. I don't think they had them dogs sniffing back then. And so I never forget that. So anyway, when we get to Dallas, I kind of show them the hood because, they're not from here. So we end up going to UN State's apartment. But in the process of that, Joe liked me because I was loyal. When the police had put us over, we had 2 keys with us. And by me getting out running, it kind of gave the police, left those other guys there. They went to chasing me. And so I ran in on a hill, and so the police, they after me, helicopters everywhere. And so, but the guys had the keys, the dope with them, and I had some money with me. And so when the police didn't catch me, how I got away, I went up going up in the house where this door was open. I just walked up in there. People like, "Hey, what you doing?" I said, "Man, these guys out there." So hold up, people. Now, hold up, man, get out here. And this is crazy. I'm so known as, in Dallas, one dude come from the back and said, "Ain't you Eli?" I said, "Yeah, man, yeah. He said, "Man, what you doing in my house?" I said, "Man, just give me a shirt. I get out." Because they was scared. I'm a man in their house. I said, "Man, the dude trying to rob." He said, "Trying to rob? Who trying to rob?" Like that. I said, "Man, just can I talk to you?" And he said, "Hold up, man, hold up. I said, "Man, can I just talk to you in your room and not in front of everybody?" So I did that. I said, "Man, give me a shirt. I need a shirt." Like that. He said, "But you're gonna have to get out of here, man. I don't know who you running from." I said, "Listen to me, man, please, man," like that. I said, "Can you just look and make sure it's clear?" So he said, "Man, the only thing out there's a bunch of police, man, and the helicopters." I said, "Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Police looking for me, man." He said, "Man, you ran in my house?" I said, "Yeah." So anyway, so I said, "Man, just give me 15 minutes, I'm gone." And so he said, "Man, I'm gonna give you 15 minutes, man. You want to get out of here, man." And so I'm trying to stall up time. He said, "Man, it's 15 minutes." I said, "Man, just make sure the helicopter gone," like that. He said, "Man, okay, I'm gonna look." I said, "Man, let's look around the corner." When he gave me the shirt, so he want me out of his house. So I walked over out, and got away. So when I got back to the apartments, Joe said, man, I heard the police pull y'all over, man. What's up? He said, I got my dope. I said, oh, here go your money. He said, you got the money? I said, yeah, here go the money. He was tripping because most dudes could have said they lost the money. I brought his money back to him. He like, oh, you all right? You little nigga, you all right? Like that. So I said I wouldn't steal from him. But anyway, make a long story short. So I ended up going back to South Dallas, open up traps in South Dallas. And he was fronting me all the dope I want. And I ain't gonna say certain people's names because they still alive. Matter of fact, I just saw one of the guys that used to give me dope the other day. And so a lot of people don't want their name out there. But anyway, one individual, he gave me some keys too. And so I started selling on Myers and Jeffrey. So you had Ray Charles on one side, had Anthony Ray King. Then you had them boys out of Miami. All us in the game. You got Big Ken and you got Danny Bell. You got all us in the game, And so my homeboy Junior, and let me kill that. And so you got all these different people that's in the game with us. And so, but me, I end up checking everybody else's drugs out because I want to see what they selling. And so I sent some of my boys to go get Ray Charles stuff. And I noticed he had 3 things in a bag. So I said, I'm gonna get a bigger. I want mine bigger than his, where I can get the custom, So we both. But then mine started rolling because I started making mine bigger than everybody else. And so, plus I was getting all the dope I want, front and free, And but anyway, make a long story short, I end up getting on my feet. I'm the guy. Everybody know, it's Lil Eli. It led me into gambling. Led me into playing poker. And so I'm gambling every day. I'm going to Lady Pearl. I'm going to Silver Slipper. I'm going to City Lights. These was the clubs that everybody knew about back then. But I ain't supposed to be up in that. I ain't grown, but they let me in because, I got money. But anyway, I end up going back to the neighborhood. Ain't got no business back in South Dallas. Even though I'm from South Dallas, you around a bunch of dudes that broke, ain't got no money, stand around, act like you owe them something. And they want what you got, And I was good to dudes, I put everybody down, just tell the truth. I help everybody, you wanna start a trap, you wanna get you some money. I give everybody opportunity to get money. I bought the bag, I bought the dope, I got them the apartment. I looked out for everybody. Everybody know how to South Dallas. You get what you like, you're gonna have money. And so, but anyway, this young guy that everybody's scared of. And so I was parked, came in the neighborhood, parked my Cadillac, get out, trying to talk to the guys in the hood. The dude that everybody's scared of. He said, like, nigga, what you doing over here? I said, what's up, baby? Like that. I don't know for a nigga slap you. And I said, slap me? Get on for a nigga spit in your face. You don't supposed to be over here. I say, hey, man, don't talk to me like that, man. That ain't for us. Get on for a nigga go in your pocket, So he one of those guys that everybody kind of scared of because he robbed drug dealers, And so he known for being the bullet, So, man, before you know it, I went and got a gun with my stupid self. Went and got my brother. Told my little brother what happened. He's like, come on, move, get that nigga. I said, come on. We get in the car. So we drove back inside, and he's standing there. And I'm thinking pulling the gun out of him on him, he was gonna bow down, respect me. He got he got bolder, like, oh, nigga, you pull the gun, nigga, I take that gun from you. My brother like, give it to me. I'll shoot him. I said, you ain't gotta tell him nothing. I'm trying to really joke sell it through my brother, hoping he calm down. I said, no, you gotta tell him nothing. That didn't work. He's like, oh, nigga, slap you, take that gun. So I said, don't walk up on me, man, please. Don't walk up on me, I'm gonna shoot you. He kept walking. So I said, boom, 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 boom. And I knew then I messed up, you know what I'm saying? I shot him in front of everybody. You know, it's amazing. Like I tell dudes all the time, you can impress people, and everybody standing around it like they gangster, they running behind cars, but y'all supposed to be gangster, but y'all running, you know what I'm saying? And y'all urging them on, you know. And I still remember the scene. And so me and my brother, we got in the car, and I said, man, I done messed up. You talking about, oh man, you did right? And I'm like, you know, and my reality came in, I done shot somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm in trouble, you know. And I get a gun to a dope fiend, tell him get rid of it. My dumb butt give a dope fiend a gun. I end up going to court. They done fired the gun, and cause the dope fiend had it. And so instead of me getting rid of the gun and getting rid of evidence, I'm giving it to a dope fiend to get rid of it. That go to show you I ain't got no sense, you know. I'm not smart. And so, but anyway, I stayed gone for about a year or so. Hiding in Ewing State's apartment. That's when I had the Crips and Blood. We took over Ewing State. And I called the guy. I say, hey, man, I know I shot you. I said, but don't bring the police in it. And I give you $5,000. He talking about, no. You going to prison, and I'm gonna kill you when I get out. I said, okay. I said, but he didn't die. He was in the hospital. I said, we're gonna bring you $5,000. Just leave the law. Like I didn't want to go to prison. But that didn't work. He still, testified against me. And so I ended up going to prison. Ended up getting 40 years. Went through a jury trial like a stupid old guy. They cut me with 15. I could have got 15 years, but I ended up going to jury trial, got 40 years. And so, but my lawyer told me the most I can get is 15. So that's the reason why I crunk it up. But if I knew that I was going to get 40 years, I promise you, I wouldn't have went to a jury trial, you know. And so, but my cousin, my uncle, he was on crack. So I used to give him crack. He was my lawyer. And so he ended up, they find me guilty. And so I ended up getting 40 years.
What, the man you shot at survived that?
Mm-hmm, he survived.
So what was the charge?
Assault with a deadly weapon on that.
Okay.